Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. I'm seeing today from multiple chart analysts that altcoin market is heating up and some coins are moving right now. And this is good to hear, especially if you've been holding XRP for, let's say, the last couple of months or so. Specifically, we had XRP right around $2, and as I record this, it's at 66 cents. So I would say that if you've been holding XRP over that time, you've been tested a bit. Right, and there's a lot of fear as a result of all this, and I do understand it, but as I've said on this channel many times, volatility is desirable. You know, that's the point of investing, is to have volatility. If volatility were zero, why are you putting your money where you're putting it? And so this happens to be the most volatile asset class on the entire planet. There isn't even a close second place. That is personally why I'm here. And so consider this. When the price of any asset you hold, whether it's XRP or anything else, in crypto goes up dramatically, it doesn't mean it's going to keep doing that and run to infinity. Also, on the flip side, when you see downward price action like we've seen with XRP and most of the market, to be fair, going down, XRP down somewhere in the neighborhood of 75% at one point, just in the last couple months or so, just because that volatility has been scary feeling to you and moving to the downside, it doesn't mean XRP in crypto is going to zero. Rather, it's to be expected because volatility is a thing in crypto. That's why we're here. And that's why I keep saying over and over and over again, for me, my strategy is to do nothing. Once I've gotten to my positions, I'm not going to respond emotionally. I'm not going to FOMO into a coin, and I'm not going to panic sell. But I've got to tell you, from what I'm seeing here from many analysts, exciting days ahead. And I'm going to highlight a couple of the individuals that were talking about the altcoin markets heating up here. Lots of cool stuff. Oh, and also, and this will be a fun article to run through. Where is it? Here we go. From Crypto News Flash. I got to talk about this. Avoid Bitcoin. The crypto bubble will pop soon, warns Switzerland's largest bank, UBS. Well, that sounds super scary. I shouldn't be putting my money into crypto stock. I can't sleep at night. Now, I do want to be clear at the outset here that I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos as a fun hobby about Ripple and XRP and crypto, and I like making those mouth breather sounds because it's fun. Oh my gosh, this is a crazy market. Bitcoin's at $34,169, market cap for the asset class 1.45 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance slightly declined to 44.13% as I record this video. Now, chart analyst Credible Crypto, one of my most favoriteest chart analysts out there, and I've got a number of them, but he's way at the top of the list. He was tagged in a tweet by somebody named Micah, who wrote, "Credible Crypto, I'm all for hodling my H-bar," that's another cryptocurrency, "but do you have a realistic timetable with some expected price points, say for Q4 or a year from now? I know it's somewhat speculative, but your opinion carries weight for me." And so I'm going to share with you Credible Crypto's answer now, but his answer is about crypto in general, and so he was asked about H-bar, but his answer applies to XRP or any cryptocurrency, and it would be my answer as well had I been asked this. And here is what Credible Crypto wrote, because it's like, how do you know when to exit? That's kind of a big question, right? And so Credible Crypto wrote the following: "Honestly, my targets are all based on the cycles rather than a specific amount of time. In other words, I expect my targets to be met by the end of this bull run and before the next major bear market, whether that be in 6 months or a year plus." Yeah, and so that's what I say too. For me, in terms of my exit strategy, it's not going to be. Mine's actually a little bit different than his. Mine's definitely not set on a specific timeline. Whenever the market goes, it goes, and I'm just going to be along for the ride. I'm going to be more so focused on market structure, and I don't know how nuts this market cycle is going to get at its peak. And so that's the reason that for me, I'm also not as interested in setting specific sell targets for my XRP. Now, to be clear though, there are levels where if it goes so nuts, yes, I could be enticed to sell all of my XRP. It could happen. I mean, everybody would have their price. What if it got up to some truly crazy, whatever a crazy price level is for you that you don't even think is realistic? Let's say just magically, hypothetically, it got there. You might feel enticed. Well, same for me too. But I'm not expecting specific price levels, or not predicting at least. To me, it really depends on how high the market as a whole gets, and which is why, as much as we like to kind of complain about how XRP historically has moved last during each market cycle, and it's probably gonna again, if I had to guess, as much as people don't like that, we'd rather have our XRP gold sooner, right? A benefit to that is it's going to indicate to me how much money may be flowing into XRP. It might give me a better idea of how high to expect XRP to go, and so that might help me to figure out how much I'm going to sell along the way. So if Bitcoin has a lower top, that's going to impact how high Ethereum goes and XRP, and if it has a much higher top, relatively speaking, whatever that would be, that's going to impact everything. That's why I want a higher Bitcoin, and I do think Bitcoin will go much higher. I just don't know if that means 80,000 or 100,000 or 120,000. I don't know, and there's a lot of uncertainty amongst the respected chart analysts that I follow. So my honest answer is I don't know, but I'm here for the ride, and it's going to be exciting no matter what. But hopefully higher, because I still think that means more money is going to flow into other coins as time passes here. And then there was this from Credible Crypto just a couple hours ago. He tweeted out accumulation Bitcoin along with this chart right here, and he's simply citing here. You can see where he's circled. Look at these wicks down here at the bottom. People have been snatching up Bitcoin. And by the way, I'll mention this too since it popped in my head before I forget. I was watching a video from the blockchain backer, and he was talking about something which perfectly fits with this here. It's this idea that for the people that want to purchase more crypto or have money to, now could put, and this is not me telling you to buy or sell or hold, but there's this feeling that now could be the better time to do it, because he is expecting the market to go up substantially. He was even just talking about the altcoin market, and admittedly I'm pulling from memory here, but I think he said a notable level to be watching for is the altcoin market, just altcoins, so everything mined except for Bitcoin, getting up to a level where it's like I think somewhere in the range of 1.25 trillion, I think is what he was displaying there. And so people, since they're in fear mode right now, they don't want to buy. Okay, good luck. And then once things start running, then they'll feel validated, and then they'll keep going. But it's just so funny. That's why I was saying at the beginning, my gosh, if you're afraid to buy here now, like, why you're really gonna feel more validated and then throw your money in after there's less of an opportunity for a multiplier effect for returns? See, that doesn't make sense to me. That just doesn't compute. Because when crypto goes down, it doesn't mean it's going to zero. And when it goes up, it doesn't mean it's going up forever. It's like you just understand basic things like this and look at the data we've got about crypto markets over the last 12 years. It's very clear that this is what's going on. We're like, over the last 12 years, we're in an overall upward trend. So unless you want to bet 100% against this technology, like I just don't get the point. In panics, it just doesn't make a damn bit of sense to me. But I am counting on my fellow humans out there in crypto markets behaving so irrationally. I'm just not going to. And now somebody asked Credible Crypto, do you see another dip soon? And Credible Crypto responded, a dip is possible, but downside is either completed or very limited from current levels, in my opinion. In other words, I would rather be long than short here if I had to pick one. And so you just watch. Check back in with my channel in a couple of months, whether it's 1, 2, 3 months, whatever it ends up being. At some point, we will enter greed mode again, and I'll have a "see, I told you so" there. Maybe you'll have been with me the whole time anyway, but I'm just saying things are going to be heating up here, and to me, it's much more likely that the best is yet ahead here, and more people will flood back in, and it's going to be a good time here. But yeah, I mean, it could go a little bit lower, but it looks like probably not very likely from what I'm seeing. Here's chart analyst Michael Vandepop, who wrote, Bitcoin still acting in between the range while volume is draining down. A matter of time until we'll see volatility start to rise again. Crucial levels are still there, which is $33,000 as support and $35,500 as resistance. Anything in between is noise. And then there was this from chart analyst DIY Investing. The amount of people genuinely confused if this is the bear market or not shows that most people still have no idea what's even going on in crypto. Yeah, that resonates with me. All right, they will hold the bear market or wait to take profits after negative 70% drawdown. They don't have a plan, And it shows, exactly. It's just emotionally, what do you feel like doing in the moment? And my gosh, that is not how I'm going to behave. I behave differently than the vast majority of retail speculators by doing precisely nothing. Everybody else, they feel like they must do something. Oh my gosh, I'm not taking action and it's a scary time right now. Okay, all right, guys. Calm down. Simmer down now. Simmer down. Just simmer down now. And then there's this from DIY Investing. People calling for $20,000 Bitcoin are the same people that called for $1,200 per Bitcoin in December of 2018 and new lows in March of 2020. During times like these, day traders are the worst people to watch. They're usually late on flipping biases when the macro is still strong. Exactly. And so I've been enjoying for the last month and a half or so everybody telling me, Moonland, but when are you going to admit we're in a bear market? And I'm like, when are you going to admit we're not? Because we're certainly not. Like, I don't believe it for a moment. I have very little doubt of that. Not no doubt, but almost 0% doubt. And then as soon as things get back up to the positive side, I've said this many times, and Blockchain Backer says it all the time too. Like, that's going to be the time I'm like, okay, when things rocket back up and everybody's super bullish and that we could never have a scary day again. That's what it's going to feel like. I'm gonna be like, okay. We're getting towards the top then. That's exactly what I'm going to be thinking here. But you get this human behavior over and over and over again. And so what DIY Investing was talking about here when he said, people are thinking that, they're calling for Bitcoin to go to $1,200 in December of 2018. Well, that's the period of time when Bitcoin bottomed out last market cycle. That's it. It got down to somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,200, and there were people calling for $1,200 Bitcoin. Didn't happen. Okay, and then in March, yeah, after the terrible crash, I can't remember exactly how late. Maybe was it 3,800? Or maybe I'm mistaken, but I think Bitcoin got down to like 3,800 as the stock market, and because of the whole pandemic situation, everything was cratering, and people were saying more lows, or even lower than that. But it didn't after that point, and so people it's like he said there, people so many are late on flipping their bias, and that's why for me that the chart analysts follow is because they get the overall big picture. Let them dispute how high Bitcoin's going to get this market cycle. No one knows for sure. But in a general sense, just the behaviors that make sense to be successful investing in crypto, they all understand that, and that's why I respect them and follow them. That really is. All the little nitty-gritty little details, let them duke it out, and we'll see who ends up being right. But either way, in a general sense, the direction that they think it makes sense to go, I'm on board. Oh, absolutely. And then there was this from Michael Vanderpot. Most likely expectation is that altcoins will be grinding up way heavier than Bitcoin in the coming period. They looked great and got destroyed through that final drop of Bitcoin to $30,000. And so therefore, I'm expecting them to continue outperforming Bitcoin in the coming months. Now, that tweet was from Michael Vanderpop just last night, and then this morning he wrote the following. Altcoins are waking up. And so he is one of the analysts that's been citing the specifics of specific altcoins that are starting to show some life here. And this is an indicator that we've been waiting for some time now. And it's just an inevitability. I don't believe that this is going to be the shortest bull market in crypto history. I don't. It's not impossible, but I think it's highly improbable. I don't think it's going to be the shortest bull market, and I don't think this will be the first market cycle where only a handful of cryptocurrencies take off and then the rest don't. Because clearly, it's not even based on utility, the coins that have popped off. I mean, Dogecoin? So what do we have pop off? Like Ethereum Classic, Dogecoin, and Bitcoin? And maybe there's a few others. This does not compute to Moon Lambo, right? This does not make a damn bit of sense. Everything's eventually going to go. Michael's money's going to cycle through every single cryptocurrency on the planet. And maybe there'll be some small cap exceptions that I won't be aware of because there's literally over 8,000 cryptocurrencies. But I'm expecting literally every mid and large cap coin to go parabolic. Because last market cycle, every single chart ended up looking the same. Like if I showed you a chart for all mid and large cap coins and I took away the title and took away all the numbers, they'd all look the same. You wouldn't know what was what. And then there's this from the Blockchain Backer. Leaders begin moving as altcoin market prepares rally. Retraces Bitcoin and XRP price chart. It's all coming here. Again, today I did notice specifically, and I don't think these guys are all just copying each other, but I did see a bit today about a lot of analysts saying, hey, altcoins, pay attention, and I'm paying attention. When I see the analysts that I follow having a notable overlap, my ears perk up a bit there. And then there's this tweet from chart analyst Willy Woo, and I like this. The most profitable trade is counter trading everything traditional media says about Bitcoin, which is the perfect segue into this article from Crypto Newsflash. Avoid Bitcoin. The crypto bubble will pop soon, warns Switzerland's largest bank, UBS. Now, look, I am here for the bubble. So to be clear, I have to be very specific about why I'm critiquing this. I've been wanting for years for another bubble to inflate, and it's happening right now. Despite the recent pullback, this is what I've been wanting to happen. I'm here for the crazy volatility. That's it. This is enticing to me. I'm not fearful for this. Volatility represents opportunity. And so I do believe that a bubble is going to fully inflate, and at some point it's going to pop, and then we're going to see utter devastation. You're going to see crypto markets 80 to 90% down, perhaps later this year, maybe early next year. I don't know for sure. Again, I don't know the timing. But this is what happens. And people are going to be saying, oh, it's the end of crypto, just like every time this happens. And it won't be. There's about a 0% chance that crypto is going away. As long as the internet keeps existing, crypto's not going away. You could get a flushing out of the system at some point, as in we don't need over 8,000 cryptocurrencies. I don't know if for sure that's going to happen before the next bubble inflates after this one. I don't know what the timeline's going to look for sure. Maybe it'll take another couple cycles for that to happen and for there to be sufficient maturation and for utility to take hold and actually matter and change the way people invest. But in the meantime here, I am waiting for this bubble to inflate and pop. But the reason I'm critiquing what UBS is stating here is because they're saying the most amateurish nonsense BS that I've come to expect from entities like this, and like you expect to be covered within the mainstream media. This is exactly what you expect to see. So check this out. One of the world's largest banks is warning investors against putting their money in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. UBS, which is the largest bank in Switzerland, believes that the cryptocurrency bubble will pop soon. I get a pause right there. It depends on what you mean by soon. Like, I'm just saying it's going to inflate further, and maybe it will be later this year. That probably my for fun guess would be that'd probably be the soonest it would happen, but it might be early next year. It's definitely coming, but that doesn't make me not interested in crypto. Again, I'm here for the volatility, but wait till you see the reasons that they're saying the bubble is going to pop here, because it's just a bunch of narrative-driven nonsense, frankly. And so the piece continues. It pointed to the crackdown on miners and crypto in China as a stark reminder that their place in the economy is constantly under threat and investors could lose all their money if regulators continue to the crackdown. The warning comes despite the bank exploring Bitcoin products for its wealthy clients. You gotta love this stuff here. So think about this, you everyday Joe Schmo investor. Whoa, this is too scary for you. Scary narrative out there while we prep for our wealthy clients. This is the type of crap you do see over and over and over again here. But the idea that the latest China scary news means that, oh my gosh, it's too risky for anyone. No. There's scary China news in 2013 and 2017, multiple times, actually in each of those years, and now in 2021. It's like, have we not seen this movie before? It's ridiculous. Crypto's not going away, but now they want to scare at some point in this article. They cited that this type of a crackdown could be happening in Western countries. Oh my gosh, a crypto crackdown on the United States? Oh my god, I can't believe what am I doing? It's crypto. It's too scary for me. I don't know. Thank you, Mr. Mouth Breather. That's right. It's very scary for you. Now, in a note sent to investors, UBS identified the crackdown in China as one of the biggest threats to the future of Bitcoin. The Asian country has clamped down on miners, leading to the biggest mining difficulty adjustment in Bitcoin's history. And in addition, China has been cracking down on crypto as well. And the country's central bank has recently warns banks against processing crypto-related payments. And I've reported on all that on my channel here. And this is like not new stuff here. Just China gets tough on crypto. Ooh, oh my God, it's all going to zero. No. And look, most countries, like, you can have individual countries that fight technology. Like, for instance, the United States could have gone against the adoption of the internet, and some in the United States in high places did want to fight that because it wasn't safe. Oh my gosh, the sum of all human knowledge at the fingertips of any human on the planet, that sounds dangerous, doesn't it? And so some people did want to shut that down. Others wanted to issue licenses for usage of the internet. I kid you not. And then you do have, for instance, North Korea. They don't have the internet, they have the intranet, which is just a little closed network that doesn't connect to the outside unless you're a high-level state official or something like that. So they don't have the internet. So you can have individual portions of the world that just cut out new and important technology, but when it comes to crypto, you will, in fact, you will see some that go this route, but most won't. And those that do cut it out, it's going to be to their own detriment. It's not going to be good for their economies, and it's not going to be good for instance the United States knocked out. I mean, my gosh, if the United States jumps out of crypto, and this isn't going to happen, but my God, what would this mean? If anything, you're going to further the demise of the USD as a global reserve, and I'm not predicting that's going to happen anytime soon. I just think it's being horribly debased, and so we've seen this movie before. Also, when governments to completely wreck their own fiat currency by printing it into oblivion and just ridiculous monetary policy, yeah, eventually, given enough time, you have some serious problems. But all you're going to do is if you just put your head in the sand and then let the rest of the world control what happens with cryptocurrency and everything else, okay, good luck then. So I don't, putting your head in the sand, that's not the answer. I don't think that's what's likely to happen here. And yes, you could have a handful of countries throughout the world that actually do outright ban crypto, but you're never going to get every country to outright ban crypto. And so the best thing you could do is to just participate. And countries get this. It seems so obvious to me here. And so all this nonsense here, the scary FUD, oh my gosh, it's too risky investing in crypto. Well, yeah, I'm not pretending like there's no risk, and it's certainly highly volatile, but I still believe that the biggest risk people have investing in crypto, it's themselves, because emotions kick in, and people FOMO in, and they panic sell, and this is not good behavior. That's my humble opinion, so I don't behave like that. I refuse to. I just do nothing, which is a rare thing to do in crypto if you're a retail speculator, but I just do nothing. I don't want to time markets. I don't want the stress of it. I want to be able to sleep at night, and I do. I sleep just fine. The market is going to keep trending upwards overall, even if there's another bear market sooner than I expect. Fine. It's still going to keep going up at some unknown point in the future. This is not going away. We've got 12 years worth of data proving this. I don't have a problem with any of this. And so, yes, XRP and crypto in general, it's testing you emotionally. This is true. And this is part of what you have to go through if you're going to be in crypto. But that's why you just need to arm yourself with data so that you can make the best decisions for yourself. I will never tell you to buy or sell or hold, but I am encouraging you to remove emotion from the equation and arm yourself with data and make decisions that are based on data and logic. Making decisions in life in general based on data and logic is much better than making important life decisions based on how you feel in the moment. Emotions, not the best thing to consider. And so then they also did write this. The Swiss bank sees the crypto industry as too risky for investors, even the professional ones. Despite the possibility of higher returns than most traditional capital markets, it's still too risky. And so think about this. Crypto is resulting in the greatest wealth transfer in the history of mankind. And they're warning you, don't be a part of that fun stuff. Don't be part of the biggest wealth transfer in the history of mankind. It's too risky. Well, if the volatility is too much for you, then okay, yeah, maybe you're too much of a risk to yourself and you shouldn't. Maybe that's the case. But damn. And here they are setting up a fund for their wealthiest investors, which we found out, I guess it was in May. There's a tweet here where they're indicating that May of this year. So within the last couple months, roughly. Getting ready to get their wealthy investors in while scaring everybody else with scary words here about China and this and that, and you shouldn't be jumping in. That's what they're saying. Does this make a damn bit of sense to you? And so, look, I do believe that a bubble's going to inflate and pop, but not for the stupid reasons they're saying here. No, this has nothing to do with it. This is narrative-driven nonsense. Ain't nobody got no damn time for that. And so here we are. I read this stuff. I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things. But you keep seeing it over and over and over again. But the truth of the matter is, these cycles are very cyclical. And so you can apply whatever narrative you want. If you could believe this if you want to or whatever. But the truth is that things are cyclical regardless of whether or not you apply these narratives. Humans are just behaving like they're betting against each other. It's FOMO in and panic selling and people taking profits and people seeing tremendous buying opportunities after markets crash. Like it's always going to be cyclical. And then whatever's happening at the time, they just apply that to whatever is, whether it's positive or negative, that gets applied to whatever humans would have been doing anyway. That's effectively what's happening here. And it's so stupid. Like, just be aware of this stuff here. So, you guys can tell me what you think below. I think this is probably a good point to wrap up here. But I personally am excited. The altcoin market going to be popping back up in the not too distant future. I believe that XRP is going to be worth substantially more than it is today. And then I believe a bubble is going to inflate at some massive level. And my plan is to sell on the way to the top. And I won't be able to sell perfectly at the top. Hopefully I don't sell too much past it, if at all. And then things are going to crater 80 to 90%, and it's going to be rinse and repeat. You will see me here continuing to run this YouTube channel during the coming bear market, and I'm going to be having a party time. Like, it's going to be great. Everybody else, there's going to be so much sadness out there, and I won't be sad. Because I've armed myself with this data. I know this is going to happen. And people, yeah, they've been screaming at me for a month and a half. We're in a bear market. Well, as soon as we rally, they're going to be screaming as I'm warning, hey, we might be getting towards the top. They're going to be yelling at me, Moon Lambo, you idiot. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And then when we're in the bear market, I'm going to be like, okay, so I'm bullish again. I'm snatching up all of this discount crypto. And people are going to be telling, no, it's just going to keep going lower. There will be fewer people paying attention. But the truth is, the best, most important time to pay attention is during a bear market. It is when the market's down. And I can see it right now. There are way fewer people today interested in crypto than there were 6 weeks ago. It is very noticeable on social media, on YouTube, every YouTube channel, including my own. It's a matter of fact. But you just wait as the money starts flowing back in. All the fly-by-night individuals and all just the people that just go with the crowd, all the lemmings, they're going to be back, and things are going to get absolutely nuts. And I'm ready for it. This is why I'm here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.